And that is a dangerous place you don't want to go to here. Being put down, series point just so early towards the series here. Definitely a very big pressure point.
Huge pressure point between these two teams. Obviously, we've already seen it go head-to-head already. KAGENDRA obviously lost against Boom, but with that dominant performance in game number 1, we're expecting maybe the same kind of flavor here, but the flavor has been sprinkled on the PKL team as well, right? Obviously, Carl gets his Luna. We are seeing, obviously, draw being resulted onto more of the Enchantress picks here onto the likes of the Dolia, but is it going to perform here with the synergy of the Lung and the Elaine?
I mean, they have to do it, right?
Yeah, if you take a look at the draft on the side of Boom, this has to be one of the best drafts that Boom have come up in this KIC 2025. And if this doesn't work, what will?
What will? It's for them to execute it properly here. This is game 2, featuring Bloom towards the blue side and KAGENDRA towards the red side. This is game number 2.
Game number 2 under the way between the PKL second seed and the IKL second seed, as we still always, we love this brawl, right? It's going to be the supports and the mid lane mages go head to head into this mid lane, but obviously we're seeing a little bit of a contention here for WeRaw to be here to get a little bit of that early gold. As we know, the Flowborn tank takes a little while to get online, not the fastest wave player.
Yeah, not an ideal situation, especially if you allow this WeRaw tank jungle. Okay, we might not like the WeRaw tank jungle a lot of times, but this one has to be a special case, right?
Special case indeed, right? Like we've seen it time and time again where the Flowborn tanks come through, and it's just been kind of the huge upset. I mean, it's definitely one way to upset the Luna as well, right? Like when you get that chin up with that second skill, it's very scary for Carl on his Luna.
Oh, they did force the flash from Lu. This is a great situation from the side of Boom Esports. But at the same time, if you take a look at just overall the composition of KAGENDRA, they have 5 different answers of stuns against Carl's Luna. I mean, they are targeting Carl like crazy.
Yeah, I mean, if Lu just gets one great think inside the box, it's pretty much Jova here for Carl, because obviously they do have the damage from Senko, from Ihans into the latter part of the game, as well as Alarm Fan onto this D-Ranger. It's going to be kind of spiking around about that mid-game.
I mean, they do have Danny and Miggy to try and make that stop, right? But it's not an instant response.
Not an instant response here, but obviously the creation's being built here for the side of KAGENDRA, but he's going to get a takedown potentially here. It's going to be Carl for the first blood. Back-to-back, boom, first blood.
And Carl going to be supported by Miggy as well. The support for KAGENDRA comes in, but the steals will have already happened. No, secured by Senko. So they buy a little bit of time and space for themselves, but it's going to be a 2-on-2 on the top side. Ehans now has to buy more time for KAGENDRA's jungle reroll.
Yeah, I think what Boom need to do in this game number 2 is obviously, yes, successfully get that first blood. Maybe not make it a big point of contention here, but more so, what are you going to do with it? Are you going to convert some pressure into these side lanes, which we were seeing very much of a frequent, non-frequent thing for Boom in the last game?
Yeah, we already see, right? Game number 1, if you don't take the towers, you will lose the game. So Boom, this conversion needs to be quick, and it needs to be soon, because, oh my goodness.
Flaming Palms, catch track onto Lamfang, getting the takedown there as well. Obviously, Lu is actually going back to the base there in that bush.
Okay, this is a great timing. This is time to put some damage in the jungle or on the turrets, and the jungle is the place of choice for Boom.
Oh, absolutely. Boom, they need to get basically Carl online ASAP, but there's going to be that second skill that we were talking about moments ago. Upsetting the tempo, but freezing. WeRaw with a knock-up as well. Can they get the hit? Yes! Carl claims it and dodges the annihilation by the skin of his teeth.
Easy sidestep for the side of Boom Esports, and Carl is showing PKL there is hope.
Yes, I mean, especially when you give him Luna, right? Obviously, we always say Carl loves that Luna pick, and he's showing why.
Yeah, exactly. One-on-one, though. Ehans, he will be finding himself in a sticky spot here because Tatsuri comes with the support.
Tatsuri coming with support with the rotation there is going to be what Migi needs to keep himself alive, right? I mean, that was definitely a potential takedown for Ihans. I mean, going 1-for-1 against the Elaine at this moment in time, I feel like the Charlotte kind of takes that 1v1.
Yeah, for now, right? At the end of the day, I think Miggy's role here is not to really take out Ehans. It's really, okay, can we catch Lanfeng out? Can we force the flash? Can we force him to use his second skill? Once there's no more CC immunity, this is where Carl will shine.
Oh, absolutely. Carl on this Luna needs the lack of CC up against him, because he will be able to then just kind of drive through, cut through like a hot knife through butter. But Miggy at the same time, maybe he's going to drive it a lot of that with that Death on Sunset, right? Obviously, it's not only access to the back line, but it's going to be a constant reminder that there's going to be two members of the side of Boom stalking KAGENDRA.
Yeah, and that's definitely a sight and sign you want to see from the PKL representative. But once again, we talk about this turret taking, it needs to happen.
It needs to happen, but the emergency from Senko, maybe enough pressure to actually drive away Boom Esports down to the bottom side of the map here as well. Infinite Fastness being burnt out, but it's okay. We have the Celestial Melody.
All right, that's going to be the refresh coming in. Nice stun for the side of KAGENDRA. Lu here, the specialty of multitudes of roamer heroes, seems to have a great effect so far for the side of KAGENDRA.
Oh yeah, he's not really missed any of those cannon blasts up till this date. So really, landing those cannon blasts are going to be the ultimatum in these setups between these two teams, but that's going to be the Destructive Deluge onto Lu, and there it goes. There's no thinking, no boxes, just death and numbers coming onto the screen for Boom Esports, but now KAGENDRA's WeRoar has to go to the health pool whilst Carl helps himself to those boars.
Yep, he needs to do something here, and WeRoar, they do make the defense. So far, every single thing that Boom has done is to take the kills, but they need more.
They need more, and that duel to Death on Sunset, sorry, it's going to put pressure onto the backline of KAGENDRA, but that was almost an annihilation steal. But he does go over to Midget rather than Carl, but it's better to do that than give it out to WeRoar.
Yep, and here comes the benefit we've been asking for. The T1 at the bottom will be traded out in exchange for the T1 at the top. Yep. So Boom learned the lesson from game number 1.
They did. They finally actually got a tower on the board, which is more than what they got in that last game. And if we're thinking of points of progression here, that's something counted here for the PKL representatives, that is Boom Esports. I mean, they have 4 kills onto the board right now. They're actually steady with about 2k gold lead also. So out of the trifecta, they're actually doing not too bad.
Yes, but you know, here's the silver lining for the IKL teams, right? For KAGENDRA itself, Lamfang's actually keeping pace with Danny. Even though they have 4 kills, this does not mean that Danny has a lead.
It doesn't. I mean, you can see that Lamfang's actually spent a lot of time in the KAGENDRA jungle, right? Obviously, we know that Flowborn, the tank, he needs some itemization, but ultimately, it's going to favor the activation of the D-Ranger a little bit quicker here for the side of KAGENDRA.
Now, it's not a fun set, especially when he lands that golden token. Now, this might be the next exchange because they're buying time. Boom Esports, they want to drag the attention of KAGENDRA so that Luna, Mr. Carl, can get that split push going on the top side of the map.
Yeah, top side being traded once again. I mean, that's Ihans is doing his job, right? He's just putting pressure into these side lanes, making sure that the Gorge isn't looking too healthy for them, but at the same time, he'll be diving onto the back line, just clear out the minions there, but same is going to be done for WeRoar, using that ultimate and that chip down to the T2. So paying back dividends of game number 1, we see Danny actually putting in the work.
Yep, it is successful for the side of Boom Esports, but nobody's here to deal with KAGENDRA, especially Ihans. I don't think they take the tower, but it's going to be down quite a respectable amount.
Yeah, it's going to be enough for them to just revisit it and then get a takedown as well, but now they have to make sure they tend the chickens into the mid lane, because that could be a potential takedown. But what was taken down from the side of KAGENDRA was that Azure Golem.
Oh, lovely from the side of Carl. This is why we like this pick, and look at the gold difference. This is the one that makes a big one, right? Yeah. 6.7 thousand. 2.7k ahead, and one more catch from the side of KAGENDRA though.
Speaking of catches, it's going to be that Death on Sunset onto the backline, just trying to freeze a lot of the side of KAGENDRA into place, whilst actually forcing the tension and the attention away from that mid T1. The T1 takedown here for Boom into the mid lanes, really going to put the pressure on and making sure the sizzling sausages on KAGENDRA are in the pan.
Yeah, KAGENDRA poked and prod. They got the win in game number 1, but Boom have woken up and have taken another T2 off the side lanes again.
That's a scary place for KAGENDRA to be, man. I mean, we're posed for about 3-10 minutes, and we are looking at 2 side lanes that have completely been pushed to those higher ground turrets here. So pressure is slowly but surely surmising here for the side of KAGENDRA.
And what a time to do it. Danny now is going to funnel that Crimson buff into his hands. This is the 8.5-minute neutral objectives, and they're doing a double take now.
I mean, why not? Why not? If you've got the lead already, just go for it. You have that position of privilege right now when you are Boom in this game number 2, and they're going for the Tyrant. They get the Tyrant, they get the Overlord, and they're looking for some more. Put the pressure on Vic before the 10 minutes comes around. Get KAGENDRA leaning on the ropes, and then you can go for the shadow objectives.
Yep. Even Draw gets a taste of that Tyrant itself in the double take, and right now they're looking for the setup. Ooh. It's all about pushing the members of KAGENDRA behind. If they can do that, they have the T2 in the middle, and this will be the doors open for a potential T3 take.
Yeah, just like Malcolm, KAGENDRA is caught in in the middle here at this moment in time. Can they force a moment or movement out of here? They aren't able to get the Macau there. They are going to get the takedown and the last hit onto the side of Boom. I mean, it's not like they need to keep building this gold at this point. They are around about 6k gold pre-10 minutes.
Yeah, this is a scary situation right now. If they miss the skills here, this is big.
It could be huge, but into the backline is going to be that lane. We've been waiting for this playmaker for the side of Miggy. He was fantastic in the last series between KAGENDRA, and there he is, doing the CC immunity, throwing the moon slashes, keeping him away. Carl gets a takedown onto the T3 down to the bottom side of the map. They're looking for a little bit more into the mid lane. They have to wait for the vanguards.
The craziest part is that Miggy actually makes it out with a sliver of health.
Oh, yeah.
Big win for the side of Boom. They take the T3 at the bottom, and this one hurts because the corresponding lane is the Shadow Overlord. But first, Boom will help themselves to the Shadow Tyrant.
It's a fiesta for Boom here. Currently, they are taking every little bit of taste in their palate off of the gorge, right? But like you were saying there, kid, even better was Migi getting away. That was a cherry on the cake there, but it's all down to the thanks of that Blood Rage, right? That really gave him enough shield just to get out of jail.
Yeah, Boom right now, they are ready for a buffet. They are hungry. And this one is not going to be easy for KAGENDRA to turn around because now there's a big, deep gash on the bottom side of the map. And Boom, this is prime for them to get the next win here.
No one likes deep gashes, especially when you are KAGENDRA, when they don't have that T3 down to the bottom side of the map, and they're currently playing against a Boom Esports that has the Shadow Tyrant buff here. Extra damage, extra movement speed.
All right, beautiful work from the side of Boom Esports. 5-0. Completely zero response from the side of KAGENDRA. Maximum effort, but no results just yet.
We were speaking about, obviously, last game being a low kill game, but I mean, that was around about, what, 12 kills, and now we only have 5 on the board. That's basically 5 sausages in a pack right now, but it's going to be the duel to the back line here, and now we are seeing a bit of an access onto the back line for Ihans. Ihans trying to go for the escape, but the Cascader comes through here for the side of Tatsuri, basically being a bit of a scapegoat, but now it's going to be that 1-2 trade, potentially here for the side of KAGENDRA. Oh, Lou is looking pretty low. Using even a Vastus, it is going to be the takedown onto Carl.
Okay, so they survive. KAGENDRA, they make the defense, but it comes at the cost of a T3 on the top side. Now, Boom did have to sacrifice Carl and Miggy. That buys them a bit of time on the side of KAGENDRA. But right now, the hunt begins. Oh, hang on, Senko!
Senko, he sinks like the Titanic there. Now Danny has to escape, but he has no even a Vastus or Flash.
Yeah, that's a difficult situation, and now KAGENDRA find themselves in a great spot, but Tatsuri, he could turn this around.
He's trying to be the iceberg that sunk the Titanic, but he's going to be going for the wall. But can he use it and get the takedown here? The damages are not quite there, but now it's going to be Miggy with the access, and now he gets the takedown as well. Think inside the box, he's not going to claim that one, but the Shadow Overlord goes over to the side of KAGENDRA.
KAGENDRA survived. This one was an intense situation. Boom Esports, they were so close, and once again, they are still close, but they need to play a little bit safer. They have a 5,000 goal lead, but this will not count for anything if your Crystal gets taken down.
Exactly. Like, it's going to be crazy. But, I mean, we were saying moments ago, they lost Carl for the T3 top side of the map, which gave KAGENDRA a little bit more room to breathe. They got the hunt down, they got the shutdown onto Danny. It just all slowly but surely was a little bit of a domino effect here for the side of KAGENDRA, which it's now looking like Boom Esports' game to lose.
I mean, at this point, it's a little bit hard. I'm not saying it's impossible, but look at the amount of turrets they have. They still have T1 in the mid, and there's T2s all across the 3 lanes. Now, if KAGENDRA lose the next fight, they lose the game here.
But if Boom lose the next fight, they lose the mid lane, right? Obviously, they do have the Vanguard into the mid lane as well, but it is going to be, obviously, the Death on Sunset being accessed here for Migi, but he's taking too much damage there. But it is going to be the takedown onto We Roar. There is your front line of KAGENDRA going down. Okay, so they make a trade. Boom have decided to give a little bit of damage over to the side of KAGENDRA on the T2 on the bottom, on the top, but at the bottom side, Carl wants no mistakes. He gets rid of the Shadow Overlord in quick succession. Oh, very quick. I mean, he was dashing and flashing and two-tapping those minions just to make sure he's able to kind of just get himself through with that minion wave with this spicy super minion down to the bottom side of the map. Obviously, T3 into the mid lane, still holding on Death's Doors.
Yeah, they're holding attention. Oh, Danny's falling a little bit low. With that, they will be able to successfully take the T3 in the mid, and it's time for Boom to back off because there is a neutral objective to obtain, and that is the Shadow Tyrant.
Yeah, Midgey's doing a great job, right? Obviously, the one mistake that came through that team fight was when Ihans was unchecked. Now, Midgey's like, okay, I see you. I have to make sure I know where you are, or less my back line, which is going to be Danny, which is going to be Tatsuri, could potentially get taken down here, but that's going to be a low. Tyrant is going to be stolen by Weeraw, but can he get out alive? Carl with the massacre there, gets a takedown onto Ihans. It's going to be the Death on Sunset that's going to drive a divide between Weeraw and the rest of the gang. The Garuda, the KAGENDRA, Senko, Lumpong has to run back to base, but they do get a bit of a principal price here. It's going to be the takedown on Midgey, but that may not be enough of a blunder for Boom.
Yep, it's not enough, definitely. And right now, with the Crimson buff going into the hands of Danny as well, there's a lot of true damage available on the side of Boom Esports. One more strike will do it on the Crystal.
Exactly, we have this really juicy mini wave into the bot side, top side of the map coming through here. Can KAGENDRA face this off the flaming palms? So much damage with the Annihilation, clears out that one wave, but it's not enough. The emergence may be it, but Boom come back in game number 2.
1-1 PKL. This is the comeback we've been waiting for, and this best of 5 is starting to get a